Good morning, friends. Now we are discussing streamlines, equipotential lines, and flow nets in module number 2 of fluid mechanics. Okay. Flow net. It is the grid obtained by drawing series of streamlines and equipotential lines. So by drawing this series of streamlines and equipotential lines, we obtain the grid called as flow net. So this is the simple graphical technique of studying a two-dimensional irrotational fluid flow. So what are flow streamlines and what are equipotential lines? So flow line or streamline, it is the loci of the path of the flow of individual water particle. So we have here, so flow lines. So that is the loci drawn through the loci, that is the tracing of the path of the fluid flow, that is individual water particle, its path of flow will be traced. So that line obtained after tracing the path of flow of that particular individual water particle is called as streamline. So here, so streamlines are flow lines, we can see here. So the path followed by a particular fluid particle in a fluid flow. So equipotential lines. So they are the lines passing through points of equal pressure. So these oval shaped curves. So that is equipotential line. So that is the line passing through points of equal pressure. Now we can see that the equipotential lines and flow lines are intersecting at right angles. All intersections between streamlines and equipotential lines are at right angles. So the streamlines phi, the streamlines are our flow lines are represented by phi, and psi, equipotential lines phi, are mutually perpendicular to each other. So the space between the streamlines, that is the flow lines, will be such that the rate of flow Q is the same in between each successive pair of the lines. So here this entire grid will be called as flow net. So the grid obtained by drawing the series of streamlines and equipotential lines. So the streamlines or the flow lines will show the direction of the flow. So this arrow shows the direction of the flow, and equipotential lines will join the points, the equal, which are equal. So the velocity potential phi will be equal. Join the points of equality of velocity potential phi. So next we'll see the problem here for the following stream functions. Calculate the velocity at the point 1, 2. So the stream function given is psi is equal to 3xy. So taking the velocity at the point x and y, so that is 1, 2, we want to calculate the velocity u and v. In the earlier session we have seen the velocity component u and v with the stream function. So u is the velocity in x direction by differentiating this c in the opposite axis. So u is equal to del psi by del y. So differentiating 3xy with respect to y, we are getting 3x. And v is equal to minus of del psi by del x. So differentiating psi with respect to x. So we are getting 3y. But with here we have negative sign here. At 1 comma 2. So that is x is 1, y is 2. So u is equal to 3x. So it is 3 units. V is equal to minus 3y. It is minus 6. So resultant velocity is square root of u square plus v square. So substituting u and v, we are getting the square root of 45 units. So that is the answer. So second problem is that c is equal to 3x square y minus y cube. So we have stream function c, which is the function of x and y given as 3x square y minus y cube. Now we have the velocity components u and v. So given by this, so partial derivative of this psi with respect to y. So the stream function c, its partial derivative with respect to a particular direction will give the velocity component in the opposite direction. So if you differentiate this psi with respect to y, it gives the velocity in x direction, that is u. So del psi by del y. So we have to differentiate this with respect to y. We have from first term it is 3x square. From second term it is differentiation of y cube. It is 3y square. Similarly, velocity v. So it is partial derivative with negative sign of psi with respect to the x direction. It gives the velocity in y direction. So that is v. So differentiate this psi with respect to x. We don't have x in the second term. So 0 in second term. In first term it is d by dx of 3x square y. It is minus 6xy. At the given point, so that is 1 comma 2, that is given here. Substituting x and y in u and v components, velocity components. So we are getting minus 9, minus 12. So resultant velocity v is square root of u square plus v square. We are getting 15 as the answer. 15. Thank you.